Hey everybody, so this week's RPG WorldBuilder app video is going to be taking a look at a new implementation that we've made to the Dungeon Architect and World Architect cards, which are a feature found in the app. So we're going to go in, tap the cards button here. You'll see that it says cards, and then there's a button, or there's a drop-down list here of biome, build, and room. These are just placeholders right now. Later on we'll have specific graphics put in there. What we're going to do is we're going to build a World Architect deck of cards, and it's going to be biome specific. So we select that, and then we hit build deck. Now you see it says dominant biome, and it says map size. Dominant biome, right now we have 5 things to choose from, 5 different biomes to choose from. Jungle, mountains, plains, sea, and wasteland. What these will do is allow you to create a deck of cards based on that dominant biome type. So if we selected jungle, then we would be creating a jungle dominant biome deck, and that's what we're going to do. So so we select jungle, and then we select how many cards we want. We'll select 25, and now we are going to build the deck. So you can see that the first few cards generated here weren't jungle cards, but they're biomes that are somehow associated or could be found next to a jungle biome. The jungle biome card is here, and you'll notice that the majority of cards in the deck are actually jungle biome cards. I believe the deck is generating about 40% of the cards as the dominant biome type, and then it generates other biomes based on a scale based on percentage. So what you won't see would be like a jungle, and then right next to it would be generated a group of, say, Arctic cards, or something like that, where you would have a conflict of biomes existing right next to each other. Now, later on, we'll have a feature in here in the dominant biome types of where you can just generate a master deck or a huge deck of cards that contains all types of biomes. But you also have the option to create decks that contain just specific types of biomes. So if we wanted to do mountains, we could build the deck, and you'll notice that now we have a mountain dominant deck of World Architect cards. So these cards work similar to the physical deck. Actually, they work the same as the physical deck. The only difference is that you have more control over what kind of deck you're generating. You also have a greater degree of difference in the descriptors that are contained on each card. You'll notice in the bottom there's 15 different descriptors. Each of those descriptors eventually will pull from a list of descriptors associated with that particular biome. And the same thing with the weather. If you notice at the bottom, it has like fog and some snowflakes, and then some little squiggly lines that represent wind. Each of these cards will generate these independently based on their biome-specific descriptors and weather types. So what you do with these is the same thing you would do with the World Architect cards. You draw these cards, and then you would hand draw a map. It's just a different way, an additional way of generating a map for a fantasy tabletop role-playing game. And that's that. So let's go back here. Let's go back to cards. Now, in the future, we'll have builds where you can generate a specific building type, and also where you can generate dungeons using the Dungeon Architect cards, which will create a deck of different dungeon type cards. So you might have corners, or 4-way intersections, or T's, or different room sizes, and that sort of thing. So that's what the future of the World Architect and Dungeon Architect card elements of this app will look like. Like I said, it's an additional way that you can generate an overworld map or a dungeon map, and it gives you more creative sway in the process of creating your map, as you can draw it out by hand instead of allowing the app to do that. So that's the video this week. check out our website at www.rpgworldbuilder.com and sign up there on our landing page. We've also got a Facebook page where we post updates each week, usually the video, and showing like what we've done that week as far as development goes. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next week. Bye.